Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, college football today's week 3. So week 2, I did 20 games. I did 25 in week 0, week 1. I'm going to do 20 this week, so I'm kind of going to stick with that 20 range. So last week, 12-8 straight up picks, 8-12 against the spread, 14-6 on the over/under. So 34-26 overall, 56.6%. The goal is 60%. So just a snit under, so we're going to work on that. Year to date, 30-15 on straight up picks, 17-28 against the spread, and 27-18 on the over/under, which is a 54.8%. So we have 20 games this week, straight up picks against the spread, over/under. So first game, we have the 2-0 Arizona State Sun Devils taking on the 2-0 Texas State Bobcats. First ever meeting between these two schools. Arizona State is favored by 2. I got them winning covering. I'm taking under in the 58.5. Next up, we have the 2-0 UNLV Rebels taking on the 1-1 Kansas Jayhawks. This is the fourth meeting all time with these two schools. Kansas leads 2-1. Kansas is favored by a touchdown. I got them winning covering and over on the 57.5. The 2-0 Arizona Wildcats taking on the 2-0 Kansas State Wildcats. So it's Wildcats versus Wildcats. So I'm picking the Wildcats to win. That is the Kansas State Wildcats. They are favored by 7. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 56.5. All-time, Arizona is 5-1-1 versus Kansas State. Arkansas State Red Wolves taking on the Michigan Wolverines, who are 1-1. The Red Wolves are 2-0. First ever meeting with these two schools. Michigan's favored by 24.5. I got the Wolverines winning, Arkansas State covering, and over on the 45.5. The Alabama Crimson Tide, 2-0, going against the Wisconsin Badgers, 2-0. This could be a playoff preview game. All time, these two schools are 1-1 versus one another. Alabama's favored by 15.5. I got the Crimson Tide winning, Wisconsin covering the 15.5, and over on the 51. The Cincinnati Bearcats, 1-1, taking on the Miami, Ohio Red Wolves, who are 0-1. All-time, 60-60, these two schools. Cincinnati is favored by 2.5. I got them winning, covering, over in the 45.5. The 1-1 LSU Tigers taking on the 2-0 South Carolina Gamecocks. LSU is 19-2 all-time versus the Gamecocks. LSU is favored by 7. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 52. The Florida State Seminoles, 0-2, hosting the Memphis Tigers, who are 2-0. Florida State is favored by 6.5. All time, Florida State leads the series 10 games to 7. I got Florida State winning, covering, and under on the 52.5. The Oklahoma State Cowboys, 2-0, taking on the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes, who are 1-1. All time, OSU is 44-28 against the Hurricanes. Oklahoma State's favored by 20.5. I got Tulsa covering, Oklahoma State winning, and over on the 62.5. The 1-1 Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on the 1-0 Purdue Boilermakers. Notre Dame leads the all-time series 57-26. Notre Dame is favored by 10.5. I got Purdue covering, Notre Dame winning, under on the 46. Battle of the 2-0 Oregon teams, the Oregon Ducks and the Oregon State Beavers. Both teams are 2-0. All time, the Ducks lead the Beavers 68-49. Here, Oregon is favored by 16. I got the Oregon Ducks winning, the Beavers covering, and under on the 50. The Texas A&M Aggies, who are 1-1, taking on the Florida Gators, who are also 1-1 all time. Series is tied at 3-3. The A&M Aggies are favored by 4. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 46.5. The Battle of Washington, the Washington State Cougars, who are 2-0. The Washington Huskies, who are also 2-0. 76-33 all-time record by the Huskies over the Cougars. Huskies are favored by 4.5. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 56. The 1-1 West Virginia Mountaineers taking on the 2-0 Pittsburgh Panthers. Panthers lead the series, all-time series 62-41. West Virginia is favored by 2.5. A road team favored by 2.5 on 2, I would say, fairly close teams. I'm giving it to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh plus 2.5, under on the 60.5. The Battle of Utah. The Utes versus the Aggies. The Utes are 2-0. The Aggies are 1-1 all time. The Utes lead 79-30. The Utah Utes are favored by 21.5. I got the Aggies covering. The Utes winning, under on the 46.5. The Ole Miss Rebels 2-0, taking on the Wake Forest Demon Deacons 1-1. Wake Forest leads the all-time series 2 games to none. Ole Miss is favored by 23.5 points. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 63.5. The 2-0 Indiana Hoosiers taking on the 1-0 UCLA Bruins. The Hoosiers are favored by 3 on the road. First ever meeting between these two schools. I got UCLA plus 3, under on the 46.5. The Universal Central Florida Knights 2-0, taking on the TCU Horned Frogs, who are also 2-0. First ever meeting with these two schools. TCU is favored by 1 at home. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 62. The 1-1 Maryland Terrapins taking on the 2-0 Virginia Cavaliers. Maryland leads the all-time series 45-32. Maryland is favored in this game 2.5 points. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 55. And the last but not least, the 1-1 Rice Owls taking on the 0-2 Houston Cougars. Houston is favored by 4.5. I got them winning, covering, and over on the 45.5. So those are the 20 games for Week 3 of the NCAA college football season. Stay tuned to our Sports Show for the NFL Week 2, CFL Week 14. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.